Hey guys, today we're going to take a quick look at these headphones, which are the AKG K553 Pros. Now, let's start with ergonomics. On my head, the ear cups are fine. I know some people have actually been saying that they're not super comfortable, but for me, they're totally fine, and they even don't really get that hot over long sessions. But the reason I'm going to take them off right now is actually, one, so I can hear myself, which we'll get to in a minute. But two, if I'm buying super expensive headphones, I would really like the headband padding to actually be worth a damn. So the memory foam ear padding for me is more than adequate. Ears are nice and, nice and padded. They're obviously closed back, so that's why I can't even really hear myself when I'm talking. I sound like all muffly. Ergonomics wise, the cups, the size, the stretch is all fine. However, these don't have a lot of clamping tension, which is one of the things that makes them actually very comfortable to wear, in my opinion. Unfortunately, it also makes them very uncomfortable to wear because the headband, it's really non-existent. I mean, there's just nothing up here for headband support. And if you're going to make a headphone with that little clamping force, you've got to put more substantial memory foam. Had they just used the kind of foam that's in the earpieces, the ear cups, it would have been totally fine, but they didn't. And I'm very confused by that because, frankly, they are very uncomfortable to wear if you're wearing a hat. And I almost always wear a hat, even just, when I'm rolling around the house. So if like the little nub on your hat, if you don't get this position just right, it hurts like hell. Whereas, my Funk, nice thick padding, and actually pretty decent ear clamping on these as well. So I'm going to knock it on that. The second thing is, if you're buying these to listen to music, I'm going to suggest you don't. So I know some people like very flat profiles. I know Logan is one of those people over at Tech Syndicate. I actually haven't seen what he thinks about these yet. I tried not to do, much research to cloud my judgment on them. But the one thing that I notice with them is they're very flat. Now, that's good and bad. I've been using these exclusively for video editing. So anytime I'm editing, any of my YouTube videos, anything like that, where I want clarity, and especially if you have something like the Steinberg UR22 or a Scarlett Red or even a higher end, DAC, then these are going to give you a very clean, very level, very even profile. I hear things on these that I just don't hear on any other headsets that are in my basement or, headphones, whatever. They present things that I just don't hear there with the other headphones. It's hard to explain until you've been editing raw audio for a while. But there's definitely things I think sound good on certain headphones don't sound good, and it's because they actually don't sound good, and the other headphones are covering that up because of their profiles. These being super flat, they're great monitor headphones. I do video editing at night when my kids are asleep. I don't really want to have big speaker monitors out. So that's what I'm going to call these. I really feel like they're monitors. They're just ear monitors, not, big speakers out on your desk. They definitely give you that very flat, editing profile where when you're manipulating the audio, you can really tell what you're doing to the piece, not being clouded by, EQs or just the distinct patterns that some headphones have built in. So that's where I see these. They're really, if you're looking at them as monitors, they're a good deal because on mass drop, I think the drop was like $119 for these headphones. They're awesome for that. I mean, if that's really what they seem to be built for. They excel for music. The stuff I tried, I listened to pretty much everything except country and western and like hardcore rap. Most metal, symphonic metal did especially okay. Anything with like deep bass It's there, but you know, it's profiled to be equal to everything else. So it's just kind of there, and it's not really like, doesn't, you know, hit you. So things like rock, R&B even, you know, some of the raps I listen to. However, funny enough, Linkin Park sound really good on these. I had no idea why. It was the one anomaly I had where they must really like flat profile the crap out of, they must really go over their audio to get a flat profile where everything sounds good instead of things being out of balance. Other things that sound really good on this, classical, of course, jazz, vocals. The mids on this are pretty fantastic. And, you know, things like, you know, Peter Hollins, things like that, where it's like a cappella vocals were very, very good. So, in conclusion, what do I think? I think if you're editing videos, if you want a true balanced sound to know what your curve actually sounds like, what your audio actually sounds like, these are a great deal, especially when they mass drop, and I'm sure they will again, because 119 for, you know, studio monitors is pretty much unheard of. So 119 for studio headphones, which give you very similar characteristics, seems like a pretty good deal. That said, these are still my daily drivers, and they're super comfortable, which is what I like best about them. They sound totally fine, and the microphone on them is god-awful horrid, which is why you can see that AT2020 back behind me. However, the Funks, still my daily drivers because I like the profile on them. They have a little bit more bass, a little less treble, and, you know, all about that bass, no treble. Oh, sorry. So guys, that's it for the review of these. If you have comments, you have a pair yourself, you think I'm full of crap, put it down in the comments. Just be polite and I won't have to ban you. That said, you want to support the channel? You're one of those people that's my true followers that I love, that always gives good comments and, you know, follows me on Twitter at TimmyTechTV and, you know, really is part of the community we're trying to build here. You can go to shop.timmytechtv.com and pick up a t-shirt. Wear the Timmy Tech TV colors, although it's black and white. So maybe the Timmy Tech TV colors are black and white. I don't know. But check it out. There's a couple of t-shirts up there now. There will be more. Again, shop.timmytechtv.com. You can always support us, amazon.timmytechtv.com. When you're buying off Amazon, it costs you nothing extra. It just sends an affiliate, you know, amount of money my way. It lets me buy things like headphones or cables or SSDs, things that I tend to not get for review. It lets me bring more to you guys. This is Tim for Timmy Tech TV. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.